Amongst the rubber trees of a Bangladesh forest lies a hospital made from white tents. It is the only medical facility in the area. The next hospital is a 2-hour drive away. Since the field hospital was set up by the Red Cross 6 weeks ago, medical staff have seen at least 200 outpatients every day. The most common admissions are pneumonia, malnutrition and worm infections. But doctors fear a measles outbreak is looming. Doctors say the next big emergency in Bangladesh refugee camps could be a measles outbreak. At SBS News, Kirsty Johansson at Kirsty Johansson, November 28, 2017. More reading. When SBS News visits, 2 new tents have to be erected overnight to house 17 new patients, but many are returning to the camps against medical advice. Medical staff blow bubbles to cheer up kids in the children's ward. There are 3 wards for seriously ill patients who need to be admitted, as well as a maternity ward, an X-ray facility and a tent for psychology services. But the main feature is a surgical ward, where the 1 or 2 resident surgeons perform a dozen life-saving operations a week. One of the patients in the women's ward was 25-year-old Hafiza Cotton. When SBS spoke to her family, she was so weak and had not been able to eat properly for more than 2 months. Hafiza Cotton, 25, with her mother, Halima Cotton, at the hospital in Bangladesh. Her mother, Halima Cotton, said her daughter had developed a huge abscess in her abdomen while crossing the border and her body was now shutting down. I don't know what she drank, maybe urine water, maybe toilet water. Because of this she is now suffering, her mother told SBS News. Preta Vapor, the only surgeon on duty, made her case a priority. Her condition is quite bad, I think, and in this context, it's a huge problem that wounds they don't heal properly, Dr. Vapor said at the time. Related news. Ms. Cotton was rushed into surgery to drain the abscess and clean the area. It is normally a simple procedure, but the team find out it is even worse than they originally thought. We found the hole which goes deeper and now there is risk that the infection spreads deeper, Dr. Vapor said. They decide not to operate further with fears her already frail body will not be able to cope. Her mother said she has already lost 2 children and was petrified she is going to lose another. Sadly, Ms. Cotton died shortly after SBS heard her story. Australian Red Cross aid worker Mike Dennison says the team are always ready to go as no one knows when the next influx of refugees is going to arrive. We opened to a huge demand and this meant that we weren't quite set up. We weren't sure what we were going to see. But now it's running a lot smoother, Mr. Dennison says. In the children's ward, nurses entertain the young patients, trying to take their minds off their horrific injuries. Noor Hashim, 9, is lucky to be alive. He was almost killed by the Myanmar military. His brother and uncle were shot in front of him. Noor Hashim, 9, with his 18-year-old brother, Abdul Hafiz. But if that was not enough, as he continued his journey to Bangladesh, he was trampled by an elephant. The elephant came suddenly behind me. When I saw the elephant I jumped and the elephant was running and he stood on me, Hashim said. I was so afraid. When the elephant attacked me I was in so much pain. With 2 broken legs he still manages a smile, despite having months of recovery ahead of him. Related reading. Kirsty traveled to Cox's Bazar with the assistance of Save the Children. Save the Children is one of several charities involved in an emergency joint appeal to help people fleeing violence in Myanmar. All donations to Australia for UNHCR and the Australian Red Cross will be matched by the Australian government. View a list of all the charities taking part and how you can help in the link below. How you can help.